We've been at this long enough to know if you want to do this,
there's going to be a fair amount of this, and this, and this, and some of this too. And when you're in the midst of the tough stuff, it's hard not to ask yourself if it's worth it. Well, for us, I think it is.
our podcast is back. Check it out wherever you like to listen. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe.
A huge part of this mini refit has been a new mainsail. Sails have a dramatic impact on handling and performance, and we're super psyched to get a new wing for clarity. We've had a lot of delays in shipping, but this time around, it turns out to be a great thing, as we'll explain. Here at Zimmerman Marine, they repower a lot of boats. We're kind of envious of these new Yanmars about to go into another boat. Ours, though, have been just fine. They've got about 5,500 hours on them, but they start up every time, and aside from a few minor squawks, they're pretty much issue-free. But while we wait for the mailman, thought it'd be a good idea to bring in an expert.
So, is it looking wet in there? It definitely does not look wet. Maybe 5, 6 holes depending on the injector. You really don't mess with the injection.
Bob is a wealth of information. Really helped me evaluate these engines and look for trouble spots.
Silencer to be cleaned.
And he found a big one I was only somewhat concerned about.
But they are twisted and they don't have a lot of life left. I can't tell you how much life they got, but not in the best of shape right there. But I mean, even if you're not even running them and you're in crazy rough seas, it's still putting strain on the sail drive.
Yeah.
And the mounts.
Oh no.
The dark blue Catamaran out there?
Yeah, the lagoon.
His mounts gave. Boat almost sunk. The whole starboard side of the boat, the floorboards were floating in the water.
Yeah, this one I'm going to have to deal with right away.
I'm going to need some pliers and a set of 30-weight ball bearings.
What?
So I'm going to go help Nick install the motor mounts, hand him tools, moral support. I would say we're both having a rough time right now, but we are going to persevere.
This is probably my second least favorite job. Maybe number one.
What's number one?
Going up the mast. I'm afraid of heights, and I'm afraid of small spaces. I am so wedged in here.
Woo woo! Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
Is that original, you think?
I think both these engines have been replaced.
Show you guys a little comparison between the old mounts and the new mounts. Over time, the rubber gets compressed down, and too stiff or too flexible will result in more vibration, and that's not good for the sail drive, and it's also a lot noisier. So I'm expecting we're going to be running smooth here coming up.
Sweet. I feel like you should have the honors of removing this one. Boom!
Goodbye.
I got the AA refund. This was for American Airlines cancellation. Boom! I had submitted a refund the day it got canceled, and then like 10 days later I was like, oh wait, I haven't heard anything. And I go and check on my confirmation number, and they're like, we have no record of a cancellation. So I was thinking, like, how many people just forget to go get that?
Maybe do this every, I don't know, 5 years, something like that. Not something you do on a routine basis, but something you definitely want to check on periodically. This is why you change your motor mounts. This is what we were concerned about, what we were worried about. The motor is really just attached to the boat on 3 points. This particular mount has separated. It's separated from its base.
What?
I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah.
the rubber separated from the base. And the reason why this is so important is if one of the engine mounts is compromised like this one is, it really puts you in danger if you wrap something in the prop. You could flood the engine compartment.
Wow, nice find. Yeah. Did I hear you say you're done?
And the motor mounts are replaced.
Woo-woo!
That is not an easy job. But I think we saved about $3,500, $4,000 doing it ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah, it would have been impossible without the come along. Yeah, motor mounts are a pretty important part of this operation. Remove the sticky.
We get to take down the port motor mount and the laundry. Next, the videos. Licenses should be here today. Gotta do those pillows. You know how I like to kick off a new season? A new set of couch cushions every season. So this is the 6th round of different cushion covers. And this year I'm doing something a little bit more advanced, and I'm putting zippers in instead of just a fold over in the back of the pillow. And I think it's a huge improvement. Ready to do a podcast?
Let's podcast. One of our major goals when removing the generator and batteries from the forward lazarette was so that we could move the life raft forward. And here's why. You'll remember a couple months ago we talked about our biggest cruising fears, and number 1 on that list is a fire on board. Fiberglass burns really fast. I gotta say, even making this graphic here is a little disturbing for us, but it's a good reality check. Fires can start anywhere, but the most likely points of ignition are the batteries, the galley, or in one of the engine rooms. If a fire started forward, we would grab the aft ditch box and head for the dinghy. But if a fire started in one of the engine rooms, heading aft would be the wrong direction. And recent fires on catamarans have proven it only takes a matter of minutes for a boat to become fully engulfed. So in the case of an engine fire, we're headed forward to get into the life raft and grab our forward ditch bag.
We have 2 ditch bags on Clarity, and this one is going to live up in the forward lazarette with the life raft. But the problem is the zipper has totally corroded. We did not put Tef gel ahead of time preventatively, and it has been eaten away by salt. So I'm going to replace the zipper with a plastic outdoor zipper. And it's going to be a really simple fix. Should have it done here in 5 minutes. We get to recycle this otherwise perfect duffel bag. This could be a a little chair once we're in the life raft.
We've actually got 2 ditch bags. One's actually a ditch box. And here's the one that's going to live up forward. First of all, Megan, what is a ditch bag?
This is a bag you grab when everything's going bad and you got to get off the boat. So you want to be able to just grab it and know that everything in here is going to help you survive for the next 24 hours, at least. Let's show you what's in our ditch bags. We've got 2 life vests, 12 liters of water.
It's about 3 gallons.
And then we've got this special bag, dry bag. It's got all the extra special goodies.
But this is our signal kit. We've got flares in here. We've got a signal mirror. There's also some seasickness medication. Food. Nom, nom, nom.
We've got passports and boat documentation. Sunscreen.
We got a VHF radio and a lamp. This is an omnidirectional lamp. Flashlights are great, of course, but for signaling, you don't necessarily know which way to turn that light. So, yeah.
Hand warmers, in case we get cold at night. But the most important thing in this ditch bag is lip balm.
That's the true lifesaver right there. All right, now I recognize this maybe isn't the most ideal manning situation for a life raft in this forward lazarette. But this is what we got for now. The life raft is where the batteries used to be, and just forward of that I mounted our ditch bag. And I've got it rigged such that with one pull that will release the raft and the ditch bag. So one pull on this line, everything is free. We can make our hasty escape.
All right, it is so still out that it's a perfect time to put the jib back on. So Nick's already started, and I'm gonna see how I can help. My arm and shoulder have been giving me a lot of trouble lately, so I'm trying to rest it, and let's see what I can do to help. Just got word, the mainsail is on its way and should be here any day. While I continue to rest my arm, Nick puts the stack pack back on the boom, and hopefully my repairs do the trick.
Notice those storm clouds off in the distance, dark skies. Hurricane Henry made landfall in New England. And if it weren't for the delays that we've seen, we would have been right in the middle of all that mess.
You rolling? Look at you. Picture shirt.
Hurry before we melt.
Is my hair getting just like bigger by the second?
You know it's hot when even the locals are saying, yeah, it's really hot. The heat and the humidity on the East Coast, especially the Mid-Atlantic, has got to be experienced to be believed.
Yeah, I say it's thick.
It's thick. It's juicy. Wow, it has been quite a stretch of boat work, and we've had our ups and downs on this one.
Yes, you've been along for the highs and the lows.
There's this old saying, I don't know if I coined it or somebody else coined it, better here at the dock than out on the ocean. And yeah, it was good to find the problems with the engines and get that stuff taken care of.
Yeah, I think that would have really rattled around in the back of our minds.
For sure, for sure. So instead of boring you with what's really some very boring boat jobs coming up in the next week or so, which is going to be cleaning and polishing, you guys don't need to see video of that. We're going to take next week off.
I actually wish you guys could come out and help us with that.
Yeah, come on down. No, by the time you see this, we'll be gone. We are more or less in real time, but we're going to take next week off, and then we'll be back underway, I think, and hopefully headed northbound. It's a question on how far north we can get. There's just something about being under sail, new sail especially, that's just
I don't know, it's energizing. It pumps me up. So I can't wait to get out there.
I can't either, and we'll share it with you as soon as we can.
Check us out on the podcast if you haven't. And as always, thank you so much, well, to all of you, but especially the patrons, stepping up, helping us cover some of these costs.
Yes, thank you guys.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Daily routine.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting up early and doing it. Start our day off right. Oh, it's still really hot. So quiet though. Weather's on. So it's funny, it's like this plant just wanted a view. It's like, hey, what's down that road?
Nature. You think their necks ever get sore? From bending down like that? My neck would be so sore.
Maybe gravity just helps it like pull down. It's a nice stretch for them. I think if they were looking up like that.
Oh, that'd be harder.
This one.